Hi there, TeachMeeters. My name's Kelly McGraw and I'm a lecturer at Queensland University of Technology. I used to be a teacher down in Sydney Southwest as well. For today's TeachMeet, I've decided to do a quick 2-minute presentation on the subject of Muggle studies. And in this area, I want to just tell you a little bit about something that worked for me in my classroom this year. What I want to show today is not a particularly tricky concept, but it was a really great way that I found to organise students into mixed ability groups in my classrooms. And so what I used was good old-fashioned playing cards, where I went around the room for each of my tutorials and students randomly picked something out of the pack, which put them into groups of either diamonds, hearts, spades, or clubs. This is a tactic that worked particularly well for me because I was teaching one big unit across 3 different tutorials. So what it meant was that I had a group of hearts, for example, in the Monday tute, the Wednesday tute, and the Friday tute, and I could give them all the same task and then gather their answers and have a set of hearts group answers, for example, that I might put together all in one place. Now that's not necessarily going to be similar to a school teaching context where generally you're just working with the same class at the same time, but still I thought that this was a cute way of organising students into mixed ability groups, or if not strictly mixed ability, then at least into randomised groups, rather than pulling names out of a hat or some other kind of mechanism for doing that. Having students in these groups meant that at the beginning of each tutorial when we were doing glossary work, I could just say to students, right, get into your playing card groups, hearts over here, clubs over here, etc. And they would quickly and quietly move into those groups and start to work. And what I used this grouping activity mostly for was around the creation of a glossary that all of the students then shared across the tutorials. In the past, I've also struggled to find a meaningful way to use wikis in my classroom. I've much preferred using blogs and other kind of online tools, but this was the first semester that I was able to successfully create some wiki work, I think, and for me it was down to the construction of those groups. So rather than just having all the students have their own page or having a wiki based on a project, and those things could work, what I did was I had this particular activity where after they worked in their hearts, diamonds, clubs or spades group, someone from the group was allocated to write those things up into an edited page on the wiki. So here's an example of the collaboration entry where you can see each group has used either a different font or a different kind of typeface to enter in their contributions to that wiki page to show that each of them have done the work. There were some extensions to this activity that I planned but never really used, and that was to be able to use the cards as a jigsaw grouping method. So for example, getting all the 2s and 3s into a group, or the 4s and 5s into a group, and then moving them back to their card houses for their base groups. So that's an idea that you might like to take up. Obviously, if you're working with a class of 25 to 30 kids, you also won't be able to use the whole 52 cards in the deck. So something that I'll probably do this semester is to take out the playing cards, the face cards, and use them in a way that I can give out those face cards to show who's going to be the leader of the group or a captain of an activity. So there's another idea for you. So there you have it. I hope you enjoyed this quick presentation on how to organise your muggles and that you enjoy the rest of your Hogwarts Teach Meet. See you later.